Okay, the flexibility section, through the flexibility checklist of the Operation Resilient. First one, number 1 and 2, hip flexor, rectus femoris, left side and right side. If I'm stretching the left side, big step back with the left leg. I want to stay active in all these stretches, so I'm going to pull into it. So I'm driving my front heel through the floor, but pushing the front shin forward, back heel back. Nice tall spine. So again, get the stretch through here. The back knee is almost locking out. So I'm pushing that back heel back, pushing the front shin forward, opening up these hips. Okay, we don't arch the back, we keep this nice and tight. Rectus femoris gets more of a stretch the more we bend the knee. So when we go into this half kneeling position, stay tall up top again, make sure the front foot's far enough away, point the back foot. And again, keep these engaged, reach apart, stay active. So hips are going in opposite direction, spine's going through the ceiling, more of a stretch through here, maybe more of a stretch down the quad. You can increase this stretch by taking more away from the knee. So as we do that, staying tall up top, use a wall with this one if you need to steady yourself. And again, it's more of a stretch right the way down here. Good stuff. Adductors, number 3 and 4, left and right side. I'll do my left side. So, a nice wide stance to start with. So that the right knee is bent. My left leg is nice and straight, nice and locked out. Try and keep the foot flat, try not to roll in like so. We want to keep that foot flat as possible. Support yourself on your hands, but we're staying active with this stretch by pulling my hips back. So I'm using the hips rather than pushing with my arms. And again, find the bottom position, you get a nice stretch down inside of this straight leg. Okay? Now I'm just going to show you the right side. I'm going to show you from a different angle. But again, this time, if I'm stretching my right side, my left knee is bent, reaching out with the right leg, this stays locked. Just want to show you the position of my spine, so we don't contort our spine like so to get any depth with this stretch. It's about opening the right areas up, support yourself with your hands, pulling into the stretch. So I'm trying to preserve these nice neutral curves, so long spine. Okay, no rounding, no buckling, long spine, so opening the hips up rather than compensating by moving my spine around. Glutes and hip rotators, left and right, so this is number 5 and 6, obviously. So I'll do my left side. First thing, you want to preserve this neutral curve in the small of your back. So when we're in this position, where the knees are roughly at 90 degrees, feet are on the floor, you feel there's a gap between your lower back and the ground. Preserve that, so the tailbone touches the floor. We're going to put our left ankle over the right knee, and as we draw now our right knee towards the chest, we don't round over like so, because I'm losing contact, that's flat. So I've got to keep that tailbone down, preserving this curve. As we do this, we now push the left knee away, pull on the left ankle. So we're attempting to get this left lower leg almost parallel to the shoulders if we can. And again, we come back as far as we can. We feel a stretch around here, even round into the hip like so. But again, it's not a compensation how far we can just roll up. We want to make sure we're stretching the right areas and not just flattening this spine off. Okay? So neutral curves. Same on the other side, right side. Compare how much natural rotation you've got with this one. I'm tighter on this side. Feel the sensation. Remember, this is a checklist. You're comparing one side to the other, as well as muscle group to muscle group. Hamstrings. Now I like to do this from a half kneeling position. So the half kneeling position is like so. You're reaching out far enough with this leg. I'm stretching the left side. I'm going to keep the foot in neutral, so the foot's roughly at 90 degrees. I'm not letting it point away. The knee is bent soft enough so that I feel this stretch through the belly of the muscle and not behind my knee. I've got my left leg forward. I'm going to take my left hand in the small of my back so I can preserve this neutral curve again. So I can even take a little pinch of skin in the small of my back so I know if I'm staying tall up top or I'm rounding my spine over. That doesn't give me a stretch. I really want to make sure I'm tall up here and stretching through here. Not stretching the lower back, stretching the back of the hip, the hamstrings. You can take this arm and imagine you stay really nice and tall up top, chest open, like so. Same the other side. Calves, there's easy way of doing the calf stretching. If you go into a push-up position, or you're in roughly a push-up position, stretching the right side again. If you take your right foot over the left ankle, push your hips up into the air, push your left heel down towards the ground. You get a nice stretch right the way up. For the halfway point, you can bend the knee. That'll take the stretch further down towards your Achilles, the lower part of your calf. Okay. Lats. Lots of different ways of stretching your lats. An easy way to do it on the mat like so, again, is use your roller. Not using your roller, then again you can still do just the same like so. But thumbs up into the air, make sure shoulders are pulled down into the sockets, make sure the elbows are straight. We don't want to be bending off like so. Again, keeping the tummy tight, we're trying to open the chest up, we don't want to open the spine up too much, the lumbar spine. And we're looking at staying active by imagining, rather than pushing down with the chest, we're lifting up with the arms. So as those arms lift, your chest does drop. Okay? A slight rocking motion with the roller really helps to open these up. The idea is you're opening this area up. It's going to be easy to get these arms overhead. Okay? Posterior shoulder, you can do this from a tall kneeling position, which helps to get a little bit more activation through the glutes, or a standing position, doesn't matter. Nice and tall up top again. Keep the chest lifted, elbow at 90 degrees, pull it across your body. And again, if you feel a stretch through here, around this area here. Again, we don't contort, we don't hike the shoulder up and cave the chest. It's not about seeing how far we can go, but stretching the right area. So, like so. Change at the halfway point, the other side, compare one side to the other, and remember again, it is this checklist. Muscle group to muscle group. Your neck, I'll turn the other way for you. So again, standing, or tall in kneeling position. Left, if we're stretching the left side, you're going to take your left hand towards your right shoulder, pull the left shoulder down, push the left ear up, then assist with the stretch. Staying active, so we're pulling these apart, lengthening there. And again, you can get a slightly different stretch. You can take your left hand, base of the neck, pull the elbow back, turn your head, it's roughly 45 degrees, then lengthen the back of the neck, as if you're looking towards your right knee, and assist. Same on the other side. Once you've done that, you're into the last, the pecs. Okay, so pecs, chest. I'll show you the right side. There's a couple of ways you can do this. You can do it with a straight arm, like so. I prefer to get this elbow at 90 degrees. Get the elbow at 90, it's good to do in a door frame even. Elbow at 90 degrees. Lift the elbow slightly higher than the shoulder, so it's not down here. Before you go into the stretch, you make sure the shoulder is set down and back. And then you can step forward with the same side leg, tummy stays tight, and when you're pulling into the stretch, you just feel it through here, not in the joint capsule of your shoulder. If you're stretching the right side, you look towards your left shoulder. And again, it's a nice stretch. And we're always tight through here. Get it done. The extra, the tricep stretch is something you can do like so. We get a stretch through the back of the arm. Again, all of us are tight, those guys who do a lot of push-ups, etc. Pressing movement.